The Flexbone isn't just an offense, it's a way of life. It's about outsmarting your opponent with discipline, creativity, and razor sharp precision. You're not just running plays, we are unleashing a system that dominates the field and electrifies the scoreboard. I'm USAF Warhawk, and I thrive on the unordinary. I love a challenge every time I step on the virtual gridiron. Offenses like the Flexbone keep me locked in because they demand creativity, strategy, and constant innovation. When the creative juices flow, there's nothing more satisfying than breaking down defenses and leaving opponents in the dust. Get ready to unlock the secrets, break defenses, and bring the Flexbone to life like never before. Let's make history, one unstoppable play at a time. Welcome to the Flexbone ebook. By the end, you will have gained much needed experience, confidence, and intel to dominate with the Flexbone offense. While I can't promise perfection, I guarantee you'll achieve efficiency and a deep understanding of the system. The first step in mastering the Flexbone offense is understanding the read key, the pitch key, the different pitch mechanics, and accepting the risk-reward balance of following or ignoring defensive reads. By tapping your left bumper, a quick pitch is performed. Great when you are in close quarter engagements and need to dish the ball to your athlete in space, or just need to avoid a negative play. We're going to continue to do this for a little bit. I'm going to show you how quick the quick pitch gets off, no pun intended, and what it's used for. The defense is really close to us. Let me do the replay. And he's about to attack me. You can see when I turn my head, that's when I'm pressing OB. And this linebacker is like 1 to 2 yards away from me. While the quick pitch definitely has its pros, I'd be remiss if I didn't share the cons. These pitches are inaccurate oftentimes, and momentum is slowed. The inaccuracies usually come with overshooting the pitch man if you're being hit. Look at this. Reggie Bush has to reach back to get this. The linebacker is right here in our face, and there's no one out here. So as a running back, or as a ball carrier in general, as soon as I see this, I'm looking up the field. Is my wide receiver doing his job? Once I get this ball, is it going to matter that this pitch was inaccurate? Or am I going to be able to break a long run for 15 to 20 yards? Reggie Bush did a great job here. We fell down obviously for time purposes, which leads me to our strong pitch. By holding our left bumper, a strong pitch is initiated. Boom. A lot more accurate. Let's see if we can get this defensive end to commit so we can get a real strong pitch. Quick pitch again. I just had to. I'm getting tackled. Please dive. Thank you. And we'll get to that a little later. But you're like, Warhawk, you made the right read. Technically, I did. The linebacker made a heck of a play. Boom. Quick pitch. Can you dive? Thank you. Strong pitch. He's catching it in stride. Faster pitches zip through the air, similar to a bullet pass when you're passing the ball. And look at where Reggie Bush catches this. Look, no reaching back animation. Wide receiver, he didn't really do anything. But, that's not really the point. Reggie Bush is catching this in stride. I'm starting the pitch animation when he's about 3 to 4 yards away. So Reggie Bush can catch this in stride, similar to like leading a pass. And I can get a lot of yards, and Reggie Bush's momentum is never slowed. The only con I can truly think of is you need more time in regards to the strong pitch animation taking so long, which is why I stress the importance of knowing and accepting the risk of utilizing the wrong pitch in crucial situations. Let's see if I can get a bad pitch. No, I'm not really good on one. I'm gonna try to do one on purpose. I'm gonna try my hardest. Boom. See what I mean? I'm trying to strong pitch it, and I'm getting baptized, and that happens. And people will be like, "Oh, that's my that's my fault. That's the game." Blah blah blah. It's definitely the first. It's definitely your fault. I'm trying to strong pitch, and this guy is coming for my head. He's literally coming to take my head off, and I should be quick pitching. There's no one out here. And look when I try to pitch it. That is 100% my fault. Be careful, guys. Sometimes you can get away with making the wrong read. I'll try to show you a situation. I didn't really need to give it there. If they get out of mid blitz, I can show you. Let's see if he stays at home. We made another great pitch. Can you just stay? I got punished for making the right read. Which is why sometimes I'm looking at alignment. Can this guy get to me? What's the down and distance situation? Oh, it's 3rd and 1. I'm going to give it a Rondane anyway. And you'd be like, oh man, you should have kept it. I definitely should have. And that's a risk I'm willing to accept. Thank you. See what I mean? You could get away with making the wrong read sometimes. But it's on you as a running back to assess this. And you're like, oh man, this guy missed his block too. Look at this guy. This tackle is supposed to go to the next level. And at the very least, if he's going to chip him, if 68's going to chip him, if Large is going to chip him and go to the next level, why isn't Chris Johnson hitting someone? He ran right past him. But it doesn't really matter. I got away with it. Quick pitch. And he has me out leveraged. And then I can get 6 to 7 yards off the wrong pitch, off the wrong read. Boom. He crashed. Thank you. Strong pitch. And we have room to get 20 yards. The Inside Veer is the foundation of the Flexbone, and we've been running it already, prioritizing disciplined decision making based on the defensive read key. Key reads in this are the dive, which would be me giving it to Rondane, the pitch, which would be me pitching it to Reggie Bush when he comes around. I use this play as the base, forcing the user to switch their defense to conservative, putting an onus on interior defense alignment to make plays. While this strategy of neutralizing the quarterback may work by going to conservative, in modes like Dynasty and Ultimate Team, everyone in this offense should be a threat. That should be a focal point of your recruiting. That should be a focal point when you're building your Ultimate Team. Do I have weapons at each and every spot? Do I have weapons on the outside? Do I have weapons in the interior at the A back, the B back, which is the dive back? Do I have weapons everywhere so they have to respect it? And if I don't, I'm doing myself a disservice. If I don't have the best athlete here, I'm doing myself a disservice. If I don't have great athletes here like Reggie Bush, like Chris Johnson, like Rondane, if I don't have great offensive linemen who are going to get a push up the middle, this isn't real life, guys. And the Flexbone should be not outmatched by any defense in the game. Because we're not limited in recruiting. We can put whoever we want on our team. You stop Michael Vick, and so before I even get into that, let me switch their defense to conservative. We're still with the Inside Veer here, guys. And I'm sorry for yapping, but this is super, super important. So we're going to go to conservative. The dive is left open, and the pro is they're going to be focused on the quarterback. And then for pitching, you can be like, oh, I'm going to focus on the quarterback, and the pitch is left open. Or you can be, boom, focus on the quarterback, boom, focus on the pitch. That's what I want. Bada bing, bada boom. And so, this guy is gonna, by going to conservative and aligning it like that, the dive back is open. I'm putting the onus on my interior offensive lineman to get a push, to not get shedded, and to do their job. That's what I'm doing. You're like, boom, these linebackers are committing. And we're just going to keep on diving. We're going to keep on giving it, honestly. Which is why, like, they start playing with their conservative, their aggressive, their balanced adjustment. Balance is the worst because as a user defender, you don't know what your team's going to do for you. You really don't. Like, you're really hoping that your opponent is going to make the same read every single play. And then, like I said, depending on me reading the next level, the second level, this is how running backs that I've been in a room with my whole life have operated. I'm gonna make this first guy miss. So my eyes are already looking at this square up here. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we have a hat for him. Large is on him. Chris Johnson is kind of with him. Worthy is on him. And then I'm one-on-one with the safety. I didn't make him miss, and that's my fault. But everyone did their job, and I gained a lot of yards. It's beautiful. I've called the Inside Veer over 3,000 times across all Flexbone playbooks, giving me an immense amount of time on task. Yet, even with all my experience, I still need to hit the practice field to sharpen my reads. Mistakes happen, and I'm still chasing the perfect Flexbone game. Please, pro tip, practice quick decision making under pressure. This way, when the game is on, time is ticking, you'll operate with efficiency and precision. We'll run Inside Veer a lot more. Boom, I was getting hit, that was risky. And then boom, we get in the end zone. Definitely not the right read. But, like, look here. I don't think I'm going to out-leverage this guy. I really don't. And let's see what happens. Could I have ran out? Sure, I probably could have. They're not going to. Oh, all right, they're going to give me dollar again. Bada bing, bada boom. And we're going to take it outside. Fundamentally, that's the wrong read. Fundamentally, it is. And I understand that. But fundamentally, that's the right read. And then I don't gain as much. And so, are you willing to accept the risk reward of making the wrong read in hopes that your offensive line, your wing backs, your A back, your B back, whatever you want to call them, your receivers, are going to make a play for you so that you can operate with efficiency? And there goes another time when I made the wrong read and it cost me. That happens. I posted in my gameplay to show you that it's not easy. It really, really isn't. And boom, we're going to do it again. Da-da-da-da-da. And we gain like 25, 30 yards. That's enough with the Inside Veer. We're going to keep that adjustment the way it is. And once you have them in conservative thinking, as far as their adjustments go, we'll go random defense again. Now, this is when the midline triple option excels. After establishing the Inside Veer, the midline triple option takes center stage. Regardless of formation, this play thrives against 3-down lineman sets. 3-4, dollar, nickel 3-3 stack, leaving the dive back free to gas the middle for 5 to 6 yards per play. Remember, this puts an onus on your interior defensive line. Pro tip I like, go to practice mode and see this. It's your team versus your team, but I like to go to blocking. I hold left trigger, L2, LT, and then I flick the right stick to the left. And it'll show you if you have good blocking assignments or bad blocking assignments. So in theory, my right guard versus that linebacker is a good matchup. We're reading this defensive end, which I can't highlight. And Chris Johnson has the safety. We're going to give it to the dive back. Boom, Ron Dane's a physical mother lover. And he's going to pound out these yards. I love the Inside Veer, especially but this play is best utilized as a counterpunch to the inside veer. Once the defense starts pinching the line, it opens up avenues for other plays like cutbacks, counters, or edge attacks. Running plays like midline and putting an onus on the defensive tackle as opposed to the defensive end, you're just setting yourself up. Look at that. That's not a play you want to run. It's a 4-down set. This is a 3-down set. You see what I mean? It's a 3-down set. And so sometimes this defensive tackle is going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. Just give it time, like Novocaine. It always works. Give me a sec. If y'all don't know that quote, we can't be friends. Honestly, that's from Remember the Titans. That's what Denzel Washington says. 6 plays, it's the Veer. Give it time. It always works. Boom. It depends on the situation. But I'm not just running this play versus any set. Like I said in the beginning. Look, another 4-down set. Let's double team him. You see what I mean? It's just not, it's not that good versus 4-down sets. It really, really isn't. We switch to Inside Veer. And now look at this. Look how much more beautiful. You know what? I'm going to keep that the same. I'm going to keep that the same. And I'm trusting that my center, my guard, is going to get some push. He's kind of He's kind of iffy. But he's doing the job. Honestly. The midline triple is best for exploiting aggressive defensive tackles and provides a balanced response to overcommitted defense. Before we move on to the next play, let me show you what an aggressive adjustment does for the midline triple, or doesn't do for it. We'll run midline triple again, and then for us, this is really huge, guys. We're going to focus on the dive, and then we're going to focus on the quarterback. It's different for all of them, so check this out. It's so much quicker. It's so much quicker. I could have fixed that, but it's so much quicker. And y'all need to be cautious of this. Y'all need to be repping this out in practice mode and giving yourself a visual cue of what it looks like when someone's on aggressive, when someone's on conservative. So as soon as they're in it, you're like, I know exactly what their adjustment is. I know what they tried to do. I should have quick picked here. But I feel like in this situation, as soon as this happens, I should be strong pitching. So I can catch this in stride and get out. And hope and pray that Chris Johnson gets a block. Hope and pray. Let's see. You see what I mean? I want to strong pitch it so bad. Get one. You see what I mean? It's tough. Once the defense focuses too much on the interior, it's time to attack the perimeter with the rocket toss. I forget to pass sometimes. I mean, there's audio, if y'all have seen the Mike Vick gameplay, of people getting mad that I'm not passing the ball. It's an offense as old as time. From the Flexbone normal, I want y'all to flick your right analog stick to the left one time. Let's go to our coaching depth chart. Let's go down to wide receiver and see who our number 3 and number 4 wide receivers are. We have Xavier Worthy, Acarier, and then at 3 and 4, we have Travis Hunter and DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf is a stud in the run game. Look at this run blocking from a wide receiver. 87 run blocking. 88 by Xavier Worthy. And it's beautiful. It really is beautiful, guys. But what this does for us is we'll come out of Inside Veer, and then we'll come out in a regular play. We're running Inside Veer, hike the ball. We're getting yards, blah, blah, blah. We're doing that, this, that, and the other. And so now we got this defensive line committed. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in the box. My goal is to out leverage these guys. I like to look at my blocking assignment, and I want to get to the edge. That's my goal. DK Metcalf breaks the tackle, and I'm gaining yards. Now, in Ultimate Team, I can't have two controllers to pinch my line. But look at this. I don't need to run rocket toss versus this. I'm just going to give it. You know what I mean? I'm going to gain my yards. Rondane's not there. We can definitely fix that. But look at this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in the box. And so I'm hoping DK Metcalf can seal this edge and let me get to the edge. I'm hoping and praying that through all of this effort, I'm going to flip this. Because look, the corners on the right side of the field, I'll highlight them right there to the right. I'm running rocket toss away from the nickel. That's my goal. I'm going to gain 5 to 6 yards from rocket toss, and I'm going to get you to respect me laterally. And so then I can come back at you with power again. And now you think I'm running rocket toss, and now I'm running up the middle. It's a beautiful thing. And then once they start pinching, then you have rocket toss again. It's a basic understanding of this, but this play, rocket toss, is ideal for pinch defensive lines, aggressive interior linebackers, and formations like the Flexbone normal, Flexbone close, and U off offer great leverage for this play. For example, placing a wide receiver in the slot position like we have here with DK Metcalf opens up the offense even more. Use this strategically to get your athlete on the edge when your opponent is off balance. Next, we have the Flexbone passing game. I'm going to highlight a few plays that I love. I'll give you a few route concepts that I feel work incredibly well, and we'll go from there. But I like to start with all go. Flexbone is simple when it comes to the pass. It can be. It could be complicated if you want it to be, but we aim for ease, honestly. Boom. And so all go is beautiful. I love to stem this corner all the way down because naturally this is what your formation looks like. Because naturally what happens is we have Reggie Bush and Chris Johnson. I may want to keep Reggie Bush there. So this is what we'll do. What we do is you go to whatever formation it is and we're going to lock this guy into place. Boom. We go to Bush and we sub him out, which sounds counterintuitive. But then we sub Bush back in. Before you do this, I mean, it's easy to set your depth chart to make sure that this is right. And then I'm going to put DK Metcalf at wide receiver number 3. And now we have DK Metcalf and Reggie Bush back here. Arguably some of our best athletes on the team. We come back to all go. We go to random defense. I love this route concept. Boom. It's like a corner concept. And I love faking this motion, because it doesn't look any different than a regular inside veer motion. And so if I'm doing this with DK, it really doesn't look any different than if I run that regular play. A little bit of fake motion to get this defense thinking that, oh, he's going to run inside veer again. And then boom, we come back, and it was a spotty read, but you get it. I'll tell you a few plays that I love to have. X dig, fake fullback toss rollout, all go like I mentioned. Flood is one of my favorite plays in the playbook. Flexbone close has flood. Where are you? Boom. But it also has wide receiver dig, a different variation of all go that has wheel routes. We have flood right here, which is basically the same concept as flood and Flexbone normal, just from a compressed set. We have corners and we have slant out trails. One of my favorite plays, and if you've played Madden, I liken it to tight end angle in Madden. And we'll just do random plays. And I like to drag him and then streak my wide back. Pretty easy, pretty simple play. I'm getting screamed at. We'll run it again. Boom. And it's simple. People are playing basic coverages. They're thinking about stopping the run. They're not thinking about your passing game. And you're like, how am I going to get all of my weapons involved? In route concepts like the Mills concept, where you have an in route and then a post, kind of like this. I'll screenshot it, or I'll let y'all have the ability to screenshot it. Like the Mills concept, like a good old Portland concept if you were going to run this with a deep dig, crumbing across, a dover, whatever you want to call it, if you want a deep cross, or in this situation, a short cross. Block our running back. If you want like an Ohio concept where you have like a wheel route from your running back, you have this wide receiver, and then you have this go route. I love this. You got a wheel, you got a nice little dagger, you got a wheel route to the flat. This is beautiful. Do I have time? I do, but you know. Passing concepts like this give the Flexbone passing game a unique edge. Compression sets like close make it difficult for defenses to gain leverage, which works in your favor. Welcome to part 2, our formation guide. This guide will help you effectively use the entire playbook, focusing on red zone plays, short yardage situations, and big play calls. We'll start, my goodness, in the Flexbone normal again. This is the most versatile formation in the playbook, with a complete arsenal. Inside Veer, midline, which we went over, I'll which we kind of went over, X-dig, rocket toss, flood, and more. This formation is a nightmare for defenses. In 1st and 10, like I've said before, I love to start with the inside veer. 4th and 1, what am I doing? Am I running wide back dive? Am I running fullback toss? Am I running fullback zone dive? Where the motion is similar to how it would be regularly. I was like, but you know you're giving it to the fullback. There's no read man. It's hat on a hat. And you're just trying to gain a yard. That's all you're trying to do. But you can switch this up so effortlessly that they don't even know. Definitely a bread and butter call in 4th and 1. You just need a yard. Conventional wisdom would tell me in most situations, I'm not going to let the dive back go up the middle. Why would I allow him to give to him? But if you're running fullback zone, there's no one being red. No one's being red. It's just hat on a hat football. Boom. I have pretty good matchups across the board. Left trigger, right stick to the left. And I trust my line to be better than your line and get a yard. Crucial to not get a big ego on 4th and 1. I do this a lot. And I'll let you know. I do this a lot on 4th and 1, and this will be my play call. And now I'm struggling to get to the edge. And now I'm like, dang it, I turned the ball over. When I should have just handed it off to my dive back and got my yards. I'm so guilty of this. You can see gameplay in 4th and short when I'm running inside veer, as opposed to just handing it off to my fullback and getting a few tough yards and keeping the drive moving. The Flexbone normal is as complicated or as simple as you want it to be. I made it pretty simple, but as time goes on, I'll add niche route concepts for specific plays. But right now, this is about giving you a basic understanding so you can win a lot of games. Because this offense is as simple as it gets. Make the right reads, pitch to your athletes, get them in space, and you'll do really, really well in this offense. Next is the Flexbone East, criminally underrated, with the ability to place your best athletes at tight end and a wide back position. This formation allows for incredible creativity. Much like Flexbone Normal, this formation also has a 4 wide receiver package. Now we have Travis Hunter at the running back or wide back position. Then we have DK Metcalf at tight end. There are a few key plays in this. And to be honest, any one of these formations that we're discussing now could be ran entirely on their own. Luckily, we're not limited to just one formation. And so the Flexbone East is incredible. Some key plays I like to think of: inside veer. Do I sound like a broken record? Play action fullback dive, play action halfback dive. Because now we have DK Metcalf at tight end running this sharp corner route. We have 2 high safeties. I'm gonna do a wheel route. And then I'm just gonna, a nice little dagger concept. Am I gonna get hollered at? Probably, but we'll see. You see what I mean? I'm getting hollered at. I'm rightfully getting hollered at. So what we're going to do is we're gonna block him. I wanna ID him. And then I still want to run my little dagger concept. And they call that a dagger because you're going right through the dig that's coming over the middle of the field. You're cutting through it. We're going to wait for him to cross face. And we're going to make a play. Imagine matching athletes like Xavier Worthy or DK Metcalf in the box. Whether you treat them as Deebo Samuel clones or glorified fullbacks, the possibilities are endless for the Flexbone East. Right now, we have Travis Hunter here. They're not thinking of halfback dive. I've run this play maybe 10 times. Maybe 10 times. But that's just another athlete we can try to get in space. Can I juke outside? The possibilities are truly endless. But keep it simple, guys. Really, really keep this simple. Thank you. Not the best. Good Lord. Hold on to the football, man. The best running play in this playbook is the inside veer from the Flexbone East. It really, really is. The read man is on the right side of the field, but we're going left. For me, this makes it so I give it to who I want to give it to. If not one of the best run plays in the game. The inside veer from the Flexbone East. On someone who's going to run block and going to hit the edge. And look, he's lined up over this linebacker right now. So he should win. Boom. I want to see a variety of different looks. And I want to show you it really doesn't matter. Boom. Mike Vick gains about 10 yards. We gave it a run, Dan. And that's incredible too. But because the pursuit is from the backside, I'm really not too concerned with, you know what I mean? I'm not too concerned with what this man is doing. If we were running midline, the read key would be on the front side of the play. But because he's backside, I'm not really too worried about it. I quick pitch there. And I'm going to get my 5-6 yards, honestly. He's diving again. He made a good play. I made the right read, too. I made the wrong read. But look, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. Unless this guy, the user, is coming in front side and he's trying to make a play on it. But then we have counters for that, too, if they're being over aggressive. Thank you. Gosh darn it. I just need Large to make that block. I really just want him to make that block. I really do. Me talking about it, talking through it. I feel like a seminar style for this type of ebook is crucial, honestly. I've watched a lot of in real life breakdowns, knowing why I'm running something as opposed to just knowing what to call gives me a deep-rooted understanding of why I would call this and why it makes sense. Even if I don't execute it appropriately, I want to know that this is why I ran it, and this is the philosophy that I have behind it. We're gonna run Inside Veer a few more times. I'm gonna cut inside, and I'm gonna gain a lot of yards. Honestly, I want to show you what I'm showing because some people say stick work and vision can't be taught. I totally think it can be. I've been running this offense for a while. Boom! Look at this. Look at the guard. I'm not even looking at the. I'm not even looking at the read I'm making, especially not in Flexbone East. Look at this. I'm not even looking at it. All these people make their blocks. Look, double team. All right, boom. I'm past you. And Vic, look at this. I could have no look pitched this. I definitely could have no look pitched this. Let's see if we get that read again. See, I definitely could have no look pitched that and got the edge. But what does the situation call for? Is it worth the risk to go out there? Because sometimes, I'm telling you, that guy will overpitch him. You see what I mean? Which is perfect that that happened because I want y'all to know the risk that comes behind making a play like that. See what I mean? I made the wrong read, but I came right behind him. I'm like, oh snap, I messed up. I realized I messed up. And I came right behind the dive backs, you know, right where the good Lord split them. Boom. And I gained, what was that, 10 yards? Beautiful. Just by reading the block. My offensive linemen did their job, so it allowed me the freedom to make a play like that. Thank you. Boom. And we hit the edge. I love this formation solely because I'll come out in it just to run this play. Honestly. Just to run Inside Veer from Flexbone East. I'm 100% serious. So we'll move this back to a tight end. And the thing I like to do off of this is alignment varies based on the formation. So I like to come out on Flexbone East, no wide receiver at tight end and blah, 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 that fancy stuff that makes it look cute. Sometimes you don't need to be. I love going from East to U off. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Pitts, get a block. Thank you. I'll take some yards. I'll come out and U off again. Oh, are they being conservative? Are they being aggressive? I'll preface this by saying I hate midline from U off. I hate it. The defensive tackles are so aggressive versus this formation, it doesn't make sense to me. If they're diving, there's no way. Remember, we've seen this adjustment before in certain formations. And so we'll go from midline triple to this and U off. And for some reason, this defensive tackle, I'll mic him, just causes havoc. Makes it so difficult. Mm-hmm. We'll come out and U off again, or East and audible to U off. Then I'm going to keep it. And I need to be pitching this right away. I'm definitely going to lab this just a little bit and see if I'm able to make a strong pitch if I hold LB from after the snap. Thank you. But it's such a predetermination of it, and I don't like doing that because I don't know what's going to happen. And in a controlled setting, the only reason I know is because I set the adjustment to be that. It really, really, really makes this read hard. Thank you. I love that. I really, really love that. If I could run that play with that much efficiency in game, I'd win 30% more of my games. 100%. I'd 100% win 30% more of my games. But in game, these defensive tackles are nuts. Like, comment below if y'all have run this formation and y'all have experienced it where it's literally Reggie White across the whole defensive line and they just get the most incredible sheds. But that's enough for the Flexbone East and the U OFF for now. I mean, it's a beautiful formation, guys. I I definitely could run this formation just this and be okay with the different packages, getting people involved. I could definitely run this for a game and be perfectly fine. The next on the docket is trio right, which is probably the best passing formation in this playbook. And a lot of people would think different of it because for the simple fact, I'm gonna put Travis Hunter right here. I don't want a Carrier right there. It's like no complicated packages, none of that. I just love the passing concept as a whole in this play. We have plays like all go, FL dig. You can see the concepts just base. If you came out and hiked this, you can see how good the concepts are. You got a nice little dagger concept in FL dig. Of course, all go is a painter's canvas and you can make it whatever you want. Smash is obviously a smash corner concept. You have PA fullback dive, which I don't personally like stock. Pair these passing plays with the inside veer, the midline, fullback dive, creates a well-rounded attack. This formation proves the Flexbone is more than just a running offense, which is super scary to even think about because I can rush for 300 any given game without even thinking about passing the ball. But if you're concentrated on becoming a better passer in this, it just makes the offense a whole lot more deadly. I know there's a lot of people online who run it and don't run it till they're blue in the face. I'm definitely one of them, but I have the ability to pass out of it. It's much more than a running offense. And the best explanation I could give of this Flexbone, if you watch Navy this year, I'd like to think that I'm more in that mode of Flexbone as opposed to like a Troy Calhoun, a Paul Johnson, a Ken Niumatalolo. Not in that mode. I'm not just pounding the rock. I want to get my athletes in space. I really want these guys to be the best athlete that they can be. The next part of this seminar we're going to go through is the Flexbone close and Flexbone tight. Because while I could give you examples of great route concepts and double pose and all go, FL dig, smash, all of that, it's your canvas, guys. What does the game call for? I don't want you just running one route concept and that to be the gospel and then you come back and say the route concept doesn't work. Let's get to the red zone. I mean, I don't struggle with the red zone in this offense just because there's so many different people that could get the ball. And let's go to 3-4 odd and run random 3-4 odd. Wide back dive. Darren Penny. Pretty good run defense against traditional passing or traditional running for that matter. But for us, that's beautiful. We want that. Good, good, good. Good play. Second down. Second down and 11. All right, we have slant trail. So what I'm going to do is run a hook by the wide back and then a drag. Because drags are so good anyway. Boom. We're at the 1 yard line. I'm going to just run fullback zone dive. I really am. And Flexbone tight. And I'm praying that this guy gets a block and that a Carrier can get a good block. And then bada bing, bada boom. Ooh. This is perfect, guys. This is perfect. I'm a nerd. So what we're going to do is run the 3 wide receiver package. And let me show you something. We're going to come out and slant trail again. Let's say they run 3-4 odd. I want them to be in something. Let's say they run pinch buck out. This junk is beautiful, guys. So the beauty in this is you can motion snap this because the wide receiver is here. Wheel. I'm such a moron, guys. If they're gonna run man, just do that trail route. I'm such a moron. I like this. I love it. No way that's always open. Is that always open? Is that always open? I'm loving that, guys. I'm really loving that. Let's run a wheel. And I'm just putting the speed out, guys. And so for purposes of this, I get on Metcalf. Boom. I put him on a speed out. Y. Motion him out. And then speed out shows up. He ran that way too far. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to motion him, but I stemmed him all the way down because I want him to cut as soon as possible. He's running way too far up the field, guys. Trio right. I'm telling you. I didn't say it earlier, but this whole playbook is good in the red zone. The whole playbook is. Then 3-4. I'm double teaming this guy. Ron Dane, if you don't get your butt in the end zone, I know something. I know something. In Mo's Light Dynasty, this is super easy to replicate because you should have speed everywhere. You should be able to have speed at all these different positions. We come out in load option. They come out in saw blitz. And I'm like, I like my athletes versus this. I'm just going to run the ball. I'm going to run inside veer on Flexbone tight. And I'm going to try to get to the edge. I'm going to stretch you laterally and make you guard every inch of turf. I'm going to get you in a formation like tight where you're like, he has to be pounding the route. And I'm going to trust that my athlete is better than yours. And I'm going to make a play. This entire playbook is golden in the green zone, making it a nightmare for defenses to stop. The Flexbone offense is more than just a scheme, it's a mindset. It rewards discipline, creativity, and adaptability, while keeping your opponent constantly on their heels. Whether you're grinding out tough yards or unleashing explosive plays, this offense gives you the tools to dictate the game on your terms. But don't just take my word for it. See it for yourself as the Flexbone is in action on my whole page. Watch as I run the offense through its paces in the unforgettable Mike Vick gameplay showcase. Witness how this system transforms into an unstoppable force with the right reads, perfect execution, and a quarterback like Vick running the show. Click here to watch the Mike Vick gameplay and take your understanding of the Flexbone to the next level. Be blessed, be brave, be unique. Let's dominate together. Warhawk out.